This is Fountain Pendulum. In this video, we're checking out this new Sailor Dipton Hocoro set. So I ended up getting the right fig. So it comes in this little box, and I'm very impressed with how Sailor made this entire system. It's very detailed and very ingeniously made. So this set comes with the Dipton Right Fig Sheening ink in a 10 milliliter bottle and this Hocoro dip nib. So I have the one that is translucent with silver glitter in it, and then like all of them do, the nib is inverted. You would click it out, turn it around, and click it in to be ready to use it. So it has its own storing system, which is really great. I ended up going with the Fude nib. So it's an upturned nib, and Sailor did their Fude nibs to a 40-degree upturn. For those of you that refer to those details, I think it's really cool they provided that. I really like the design of the pen, how it flares out this way and flares out that way. As I said, every detail was very well done and thought out. I'm extremely pleased with it. You remove this, the Fude and the stubs. So these nibs come in different sizes that you can buy separately. They come in fine, medium Fude 1.0 millimeter and 2.0 millimeter, which are probably their stubs. And the larger ones, including the Fude, the 1 millimeter and the 2, come with this reservoir, whereas the fine and the medium do not. However, these reservoirs can be purchased and added on separately. Through the back, you'll see that there's a little hollow that makes it very easy, that cutout, to clean the nib, and you can disassemble it also. So I'll show you just right away what that looks like, because I was super curious to check it out myself. I recommend using one of these rubber grips to take it out. It's actually quite sturdy in there. So just wrap it around, pinch here, pull. So that's what that end looks like. And then on this end, we have this reservoir. You'll see that the nib has a shape kind of like a lamy nib, and that it's not rounded. So this nib would not fit in a normal dip nib section. I've tried it. And then the reservoir, you can see from the cavity that's cut out there that it would actually hold a decent amount of ink. There's a little protruding piece here that actually goes right into the heart cutout. And then there's a flat here, and that fits right back inside. So that's ready to go again. So that matches up with the flat side here. It's rounded, and it has flat here that goes up to there, and then flat here, which keeps it from rolling on your desk. So there's a quick run through. Now this is all hollow. You don't fill this with ink. You only dip it up to the heart breather hole is what they're recommending for a normal amount of dipping for ink. So I got the Right Fig. These are all sheening inks, and they came out with 3 shimmers and 3 sheenings. I'm going to cover more of these details in the full length video, but I just wanted to do a quick one. This is the ink I got. I've already swatched it. This is the areas of low saturation where you can clearly see that it's purple. I'd say this mottled color here is more like the purple trying to come through a light layer of the green sheen. And then the high saturation areas you can very clearly see are very green and very sheening. So I really like it. Let's do a test, shall we? Now I wanted to show you too, if you do a dip from the heart cutout on this Fude, this is how much I was able to write from here to there. Then if you do a deeper dip, You can write a good deal more. I wrote all this and it continued to go. So that's just a quick overlook also. And there's lots of really good details and instructions provided in the packaging, which I would definitely recommend you look through. Okay, so we dipped it past the breather hole. It says you can wipe it off. We'll do that, and then we can start playing. So the other thing it talks about, of course, let me zoom back out for a second, is there's two ways to get different effects. One is your writing angle. So to match that 40-degree Fude, if you hold it flatter like this, you'll get a broader line. And the more you arch it up, the finer it'll get. But likewise, they note that your hand position on the pen changes too. So if I find it unnatural to hold my pen like this, I can just resituate my hand, which also in turn changes my angle. So let's start this way. And I'm going to try to get it flat. A little bit flatter. There we go. That's the broadest that it will write. It's also very writable on the reverse. So let's try this again. So I'm raising the elevation. And that's all from hand angles and elevations. So now I'll back my hand off and do it from a distance. And then gradually move my hand closer and reverse again. So that is the line variation that you can accomplish. Now, the other thing with these is it's really great for writing, but also for doing art, so sketching and things like that. So if I lay my Fude nib down and do a swipe, the whole idea of Fude is it's supposed to imitate a Japanese brush stroke. And I just got this today. I can definitely get some more practice because it's not like I know what I'm doing. But you can see that with an appropriate stroke, you can go from a very broad to a very fine line. I think that's the point. So it's, you know, I think originally derived from Japanese calligraphy. Got another dip on there. So we'll do see even there how we can go very broad to very fine. How about in lowercase? And then I'll do some calligraphy too. I mean, calligraphy, cursive. reverse. Ink flow is good on all of it. Lighter, of course, on the reverse. So there you have it. I would say in general, it's a well-smoothed nib with some feedback on it. Definitely more feedback on the reverse, but I wouldn't, especially when you write lightly with it, I wouldn't say it's very scratchy. So there is a quick look at this Sailor Dipton Hocoro Fude nib with Right Fig. Check out the full video if you want more details.